Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and welcome to stage 21 of building the Ecto-1, the Ghostbusters car. First of all, we are fitting this large-ish, I will say large, it's large compared to anything else, but not compared to what we've been doing so far. This is the middle chassis frame, which basically drops on there. Obviously making sure my oil tubes and hoses are not going to get trapped underneath. That goes in there, that's easy enough. 2 EM screws to hold that in place. I can't see them, they're over at that's CM. I can't see, I'm working on the camera. That says EM on it. I shall get 2 of those out. We shall put that in place on there. One of those back in, because I only need 2. So that's going to be screwed in place on there, and then I shall move the entirety of this hugeness out of the way, and we shall work on the propeller shaft. It doesn't have any propellers. It's not a flying car. Not that type of propeller, I don't think. It's obviously the proper name for it. I don't do cars. I drive them, but don't build. Well, I build them now in part works, but I don't know the correct terminology for things. So I'm assuming that they are using the correct terminology for things. But I don't really know. So let's get that on there. Go nice and secure. It's causing a little bit of structural support and obviously masking some things there as well. You don't need to see all of that. So I shall move this now out of the way again, because it's already too big to manage. Let me push that over there. There we go. Right, now we shall get to the rest of it. We shall continue the build with the propeller shaft, which are these 2 parts here. These are plastic, but that's just the way it goes. We've got some other plastic parts to add to those, obviously using CM. No, I forgot. I've got 4 CM screws that attach from the other side. I should do that before I get to that. I'll bring it back in, because otherwise I'll forget. On the other side of this, that's also held in place with 4 other screws going through these holes there. I just completely ignored it. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Yep, so that's spare there. I was wondering why we had M screws for doing stuff to plastic. So these are going to go in there and really hold it all together. I thought it was strange only being held on from one end. That's there. Come on, I know you're there. There you go. That one should be just about there. There we go as well. Right, let's get a hand under there so I'm not pushing down onto nothingness. Get those all tightened down. Yeah, that would be much better than having just the 2. And then, as I say, I shall remove this out of the way. There's a sort of seam there, but it's obviously going to be covered anyway. The other side of that is covered, so you can't see it. But yeah, that's all right. Not worrying about that in the slightest. So now I can move that out of the way, so we can get to this, as I mentioned earlier, which is plastic. This is just going to be held together with some screws, obviously moulded in 2 parts just for the sake of convenience. 4 of these IP screws holding those together. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to get more than 4 out because I'm going to be using, there's quite a lot in there, so we're obviously going to be using them for the other bits as well. I shall put 1 in there, 1 in there, probably. Go. 1 in between those 2. Why not? It's got to be done at some point. And the last one for there is going on the other end. And then I shall have a read up about the rest of it while I'm tightening these up. It says fitting the slip yokes. See, I don't know what they are. I thought they were like universal joints, but They probably are, but that's not what they're apparently called. It is a universal joint into the end of the slip yoke. Okay, so yeah, it is a thing. So the screw holes in both parts are aligned. Yeah, we're going to need all of these as well. We're going to need 2 on either end. 1, 2, 1, 2. No, even more than that, another 4 as well. I thought there was a lot more screws that they gave us. A couple of spares, but lots of them being used. Right, so we have the same parts. I believe they're the same parts. Can't see any differences between them. So what we're doing first of all is fitting that to that. So we need a screw to go through there and into one of those screw holes. Yeah, oh, I understand. I get how it's working now. I get how it's going to go together. So yeah, that goes through there. One of them goes through the other side. Like that. Now I've got it lined up, I can tighten it up. That's got some movement there, but not lots, but some. Tighten down both sides again. Like that. Ow, I've screwed it to my finger somehow. I don't know quite what I've done. Did I just squish my finger in the end of it? Okay, so that's going there like that. Then that's going on go on that one like that. Yeah, let's do another one of these. Exactly the same again. 2 screws for that. Through there and into there. Get that lined up. This time I shall try to not attach it to my body parts. It might work, you never know. You know, stranger things have happened. No other parts of the build have I managed to insert myself into it, so we'll see what happens. Get that one done like that. That one done like that as well. Yeah, there we go. No fingers attached to that one. So yes, that's going to go in there in exactly the same way, but onto the larger tube. That lined up through there and into one end of that. It's harder to see when you're doing this one because there's more stuff in the way. Feels like it's going into a hole. Let's get the other side in before we tighten up the first bit, obviously. Feel about there. No, not quite. About there, but it's about there, but it's not quite there. I can't quite see. Why not? Let's try that. Oh, that's not liking it. Why is that not liking it? Be there. I can see it lining up. Let's try it again. Feels like it's there, but it's not. I think I might have been off to a little bit forward and backwards off rather than I was thinking I was off by being in and out off. No, that's still not feeling it. I know. I'll come back to that one. Let me do the other end and see if I have any more luck with that. That one in there. First side, easy. No worries at all. The other side, it looks right. Let's see if that one works. That one works. Must just be me, I think. Being a little bit incompetent. There we go. So that's a universal joint. It's a little bit stiff, but I don't know that it's actually going to be used as a universal joint because it's not exactly going to put up with a lot of twisting being all plastic and held together with screws. But yeah, we'll worry about that down the line. Let's see. That, again, looks like that should be in the right place. And yet, it isn't. Let's try moving it that way. There we go. Is that better? Tell me that's better. That feels better. But it felt right before. How can it be wrong if it feels so right? There we go. Yeah, there we go. Just have to get it in the right place and then it works. Who'd have thought that getting it in the wrong place would make it not work properly? So yes, there we have a universal joint that sort of works a bit in all directions. So that's that. The chassis obviously is completed as well. So move all the spare screws out of the way. Thank you very much for what is a quicker build than last time. And I think stage 22 is going to be even quicker than that. Let me have a flick ahead and see what we're going to be doing in the next page. Yes, the rear chassis frame and leveling valve. Yeah, actually completely unrelated to everything else. So I should put this to one side. We won't be getting the rest of it fitted, although I might have to see just how it's going to fit together. So yeah, thanks for watching. Stay safe. I shall see you very shortly for another build. Bye bye for now.